there, you're watching The World Today. I'm Kasturi Manikam. Our top story this hour. Chinese officials are holding a press conference on the country's energy development. It's part of a series of press briefings held by government ministries on their work plan for the year. Now let's go live to the event in Beijing.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to today's press conference. Today, we are holding a press conference of the 10th conference, and we have delighted to have invited the Administrator of the National Energy Administration, Mr. Zhang Jianhua. Today's topic is to fully implement the 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China and promote high-quality energy development. And also with us today are Mr. Liang Changxin, spokesperson and director of the General Administration Department, Mr. Liu Deshun, director of the Energy Conservation and Technological Equipment Department, Mr. Li Chuangjun, director of the New Energy and Renewable Energy Sources Department. Now, let's give the floor to Mr. Chang Jianhua. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to see the friends from the press and brief you about China's energy sector. The CPC Central Committee, with Communist Xi Jinping at its core, attaches great importance to energy. The 20th National Congress of the CPC made strategic arrangements for promoting the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation on all fronts through a Chinese path to modernization, and raised clear requirements for high-quality energy development. Energy sector is committed to following the Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era and the guiding principles of the 20th National Congress. We move faster to plan and unveil new policies and measures. Once we step on the starting line, we will press ahead with full energy and enthusiasm and contribute our share as energy sector to economic and social development, and provide a strong energy guarantee for high-quality development and Chinese modernization. This year is the first year to fully implement the guiding principles of the 20th National Congress. Since the start of this year, our production and people's normal lives have accelerated recovery. Industrial energy growth obviously increased. Energy consumption grew modestly. The national energy supply and demand has been overall stable. And now we have seen the strengthening of the growth momentum. And we focused on international cooperation, low-carbon transition, scientific and technological self-reliance and strengths. First, we made efforts to ensure energy security. We will always take safeguarding national energy security as our most important mission. We based on our resource endowment and insisted on making progress in the new energy before phasing out the old. On the one hand, we will strengthen our capacity to ensure people's livelihood through fossil energy, give full play to the fundamental role of coal, and see to it domestic crude oil production remains at 200 million tons in the long run, and the self-sufficiency rate of natural gas does not fall below 50%. We will strengthen the supporting and adjusting role of coal power. On the other hand, we will see to it that non-fossil energy sources serve as safe and reliable alternatives and form a diversified clean energy supply system, including wind, water, bio, nuclear, and hydrogen. We will accelerate the construction of pumped storage, peak shaving gas power, and new types of energy storage. We will further upgrade and transform the distribution networks, support access to more new energies, and make every effort to achieve carbon neutrality and carbon peaking. At the same time, we will improve the monitoring and early warning system for energy security establish an accountability mechanism, strengthen the management and control of security risks in large power grids, improve our ability to prevent and manage security risks in emergencies, and make every effort to improve people's livelihood, including getting prepared for the peak of energy use in summer and winter, clean heating in winter in northern China, rural energy use, and charging infrastructure. Second, we will accelerate the reform of energy consumption patterns. The focus is to make achievements in the following three aspects. First, we will transform the energy mix and strive to increase the share of non-fossil energy consumption by 1 percentage point annually in the next 5 years. By 2035, 80% of the new electricity will come from non-fossil sources. By the middle of this century, non-fossil energy will be the main source of energy. Second, the transformation of the energy system and form. Accelerate the planning and construction of a new energy system. Build a new power system with new energy as the main body, promote the replacement of electric energy in key areas, guide big data centers and industrial interruptible loads to participate in the regulation of power system, and develop non-electric use of renewable energy in light of local conditions. Third, change the spatial distribution of energy. In principle, the proportion of renewable energy in newly built power transmission channels should not be less than 50%, and speed up the development of distributed energy, coastal nuclear power, and offshore wind power so as to achieve coordinated development of energy from afar and from nearby. Third, accelerating self-reliance and self-strength in energy science and technology. We are committed to innovation-driven development, actively cultivating core industrial chains and key links through the open competition mechanism to select best candidates and vigorous racing. We will continuously improve our capacity for independent innovation and making major technologies and equipment independent and controllable, and improve the resilience and security of the energy industrial and supply chain, promote the deep integration of the chain of energy innovation, industrial, capital, talent, and data, develop digital and intelligent energy, and realize the high-end and modernized value chain of the energy sector. Fourth, we will improve the vitality of the energy system and the mechanisms. We take the rule of law as the basis. We will improve the formulation of an energy law and accelerate the revision of the electricity law, the law on the coal industry, and the renewable energy law. We take reform as the driving force. We will establish a unified market system adapted to the new power system, give full play to this decisive role of the market in resource allocation, and break barriers in system access and market transactions of new business forms and models. We take regulation as a focus. We will create a market environment for fair competition and further protect and stimulate the vitality of energy market players. We take policies as the safeguard. The grain certificate market, carbon market, and electricity market should be connected in an orderly manner, and the upstream and downstream of the energy sector chain should be coordinated in a well-calibrated manner. Fifth, open up new horizons for Energy International Cooperation. This year is the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Cooperation. Energy cooperation is an important part of that. We will be committed to a mutually beneficial strategy of opening up, strengthen mutually beneficial cooperation with major energy and resource countries, strengthen our grain and low-carbon cooperation with developing countries, consolidate and expand energy trade and cooperation channels, improve overseas cooperation layout, strengthen the linkage and interactions of investment development, construction, engineering, equipment manufacturing, design, and financial services. This is how we provide new opportunities with Chinese development to global energy governance. Now the floor is open, and please identify your media affiliation.
稍等，请稍等。谢谢主持人，我是中央广播电视总台央视记者陈曦。我的问题是，党的20大擘画了全面建设社会主义现代化国家，以中国式现代化全面推进中华民族伟大复兴的宏伟蓝图。能源行业在推进中国式现代化进程中的新使命、新使
What is the new mission and task of the energy sector in promoting Chinese modernization?
Thank you for your question. The Chinese path to modernization is a promising avenue to realizing the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation and boasts Chinese characteristics. The energy sector will stay anchored in the fundamental requirements of the Chinese path to modernization and stay committed to the path of energy development at a high quality with Chinese characteristics to contribute our strength to the modern socialist country building. First, we will provide solid material foundation for the country's modernization drive. Energy is the lifeblood of the modern society. Adequate, stable, and affordable energy supply is inherent to Chinese modernization. We must cement the foundation for energy supply and build a clean energy supply system featuring wind, PV, water, and nuclear power. Improve the resilience and security of industrial and supply chains in the energy sector to buttress our modernization drive with reliable supply of energy. Second, we need to provide important support for building a modernized industrial system. The industrial sector is large in scale, long in chains, wide-covering, highly innovative, active, and has strong driving forces. It is a base for the national economy as well as a strategic sector. The energy sector will fully implement the remaking of industrial bases and carry forward with the task of breaking bottlenecks in the energy sector and foster new drivers. We will build a modernized infrastructure system and promote transformation and upgrade of the sector. Third, we will provide a strong backstop for the country's security. Energy security bears on the country's livelihood and national security. In the face of geopolitical volatilities and frequent extreme weathers, as well as other unpredictable factors, the energy sector will work to ensure the security and controllability of key resources, infrastructure, and industrial and supply chains so that we can underpin the new development paradigm with a new layout for energy security. Fourth, we will provide strong drivers for the sustainable development of the economy. Energy is an important domain for ecological conservation. Low-carbon energy transformation is key to realizing sustainable development. We must speed up the restructuring of the energy mix and make greater use of renewable energies and form a way of life and work that is low-carbon and green so that man and nature can coexist in peace throughout our modernization drive.
谢谢主持人，我是红星新闻记者。我的问题是，党的20大报告提出，我国要营造市场化、法治化、国际化、一流营商环境，经国务院常务会议全力通过的关于全面提升获得电力服务水平持续优化用电营商环境的意见已经实施近3年。
With the opinions in the energy sector being implemented for over 3 years, can you brief us on what are some key points of our work moving forward?
Thank you for your question. Improving power consumption business environment is an important part of building a market-oriented, law-based, and world-class business environment. In recent years, the NEA has organized different power authorities and power supplying businesses to unveil such guidelines and opinions on improving the power access service and optimizing the business environment. Thanks to the efforts over the past 3 years, we can provide services to residential households and low-voltage small and micro businesses without going to the households, without approval, and without improvement. And for those high-voltage users, they can save strength, money, and time. There are 5 aspects of progress. First, residential households and low-voltage businesses below 160 kilowatts no longer need to spend money to get application. This is another milestone after 2015 when we solved the problem of using electricity, and in 2020 when we have power access in rural areas in China. And second, we have put in place a digitalized, internet-based, and intelligent application system in 31 provinces across China. And the face scanning and one-certificate models have been popularized. Businesses and our people can get application of electricity very easy. And third, we made historic breakthroughs in solving the difficulties for application for high-voltage electricity. And we achieved connectivity of the government's project approval managed system and the application system of power supplying businesses. And power supplying businesses can provide services ahead of schedule and get the needs of users. And fourth, such service level improvement has profoundly changed the relations between the users and power supplying businesses, and people's sense of benefit have become the best criteria for testing the service. And the business has transformed from a single entity to a service entity that can ensure our people can get access to electricity. And the people are now become the service receivers and supervisors and promoters of those power supplying businesses. And fifth, our capacity for power supply has been notably improved, and there is a notable decrease of the power shutdown. And going forward, the NEA will focus on 3 aspects. And first, we will ensure relevant information is open to our users, such as relevant information, our policies and service standards, and also different hotlines. And this is a regular and standard and institutional practice. And second, we will popularize our typical experience and ensure that high-voltage application is digitalized, internet-based, and smart. And third, we will instruct different localities to improve the working mechanisms for power application, and further give full play to the leading role of power authorities and dominating role of businesses, and work together to solve these difficult problems, and constantly improve the sense of benefits and experience of our users and market entities. Thank you.
这边第4排，右边第4排这位男士。
日本共同社的质量提问。3月21日，习近平主席和普京俄罗斯总统普京在墨西哥共同签署
President Xi Jinping and signed with Russian President Putin a joint statement to promote the study and negotiation of the China-Mongolia-Russia natural gas pipeline. What about the progress of the power of the Siberia II negotiation? Will China plan to expand the import of energy from Russia? Thank you. Thank you for your question. In March, President Xi Jinping paid a visit to Russia. During that visit, the two sides signed a joint statement of the People's Republic of China and the Russian Federation on deepening the comprehensive strategic partnership of coordination for the new era. It said that the two sides will make concerted efforts to promote the study and consultations of the China-Mongolia-Russia natural gas pipeline project. The energy cooperation is an important foundation for the practical cooperation between the two countries. The two sides will build an even closer partnership of energy cooperation and support the two businesses in advancing energy projects cooperation, safeguarding the supply and industrial chains of energy products, and making contributions to the long-term and steady development of the global energy market. For now, businesses from both sides are maintaining exchanges and consultations on building this natural gas pipeline project. The Chinese side will continue to support businesses in conducting study and consultations in accordance with commercial and business principles. Next question, please. The papers. In recent 2 years, there has been an unbalanced energy supply in China, and what will be some arrangements for the energy supply for the rush hours in summer? Thank you for your question. The NEA has been faithfully implementing the important arrangements and deployments of the CPC Central Committee and the State Council on Energy Security and Power Supply, and worked together with different localities and businesses to ensure this work. In particular, last year, we have effectively coped with the challenges of the high temperature and drought in summer and shortage of water. It is expected that the biggest electricity load will exceed 1.36 billion kilowatts, increased by a large margin. And for this year, the nationwide electricity supply can be guaranteed. And some provinces may face some difficulties, and we will focus on 5 aspects of work. First, we will focus on monitoring and early warning. To get prepared for the rush hour in summer and winter, we will closely follow the water supply and the balance of demand and supply before the flood season, and fully consider the uncertainties of water supply within the flood season and get prepared for power supply in summer. Second, we will strengthen the construction and operation of supporting sources of electricity and the transmission routes of electricity. And we will ensure that businesses can play their role of ensuring supply before the rush hour to improve the contingency guarantee capability. And third, we will ensure the supply of coal-fired electricity. And we will urge and guide different localities to expedite the approval procedures and the early construction of the already approved projects. And we will urge different provinces to follow the signing and fulfillment of the forward contract and ensure the implementation and coordination. And fourth, we will ensure that they have full capacity for a generator set. We will urge different businesses to ensure the stable supply of coal-fired electricity and natural gas, and sign a forward contract and strengthen supervision on the fulfillment, and make sure that they would follow instructions and can respond to different situations and stabilize energy supply. And fifth, we would ensure a load management in a science-based manner. We will urge different localities to guide our people can understand the situation and better balance the supply and demand side. and ensure the detailed implementation of relevant proposals.
谢谢主持人。中国网记者提问。党的20大报告提出，力图我国能源禀赋坚持先立后破，有计划分步骤地实施碳达峰行动。那么当前。
establish new and before phasing out the old. And what about the progress in this regard? And what will be the key areas in the future? Thank you for your question. It is an important aspect for carbon peaking and carbon neutrality. And we have grounded our efforts on China's realities and make important progress in energy and low-carbon transition. And we strive to be more environmentally friendly. And the newly installed installation reached 100 million kilowatts, and the capacity of non-fossil energy accounts for over 50%. And the consumption of non-fossil energy increased by 2.2 percentage points. The number of charging infrastructures increased by 3.3 times. And we have stronger driving forces for transformation. And new energy technology innovation has become the propeller for energy transformation. And we made new breakthroughs in key technological innovation, and we now have more sufficient policy guarantee. And we have implemented guidelines for energy, coal, and oil, and further improved the standards, markets, and laws of the energy transformation. And we will going to do 4 areas of work. First, we will enhance the supply of non-fossil energies and increase the optimization and adjustment of energy mix. Second, we will strive to decrease the carbon footprint of the industrial chains of energy and gradually phase out outdated capacities and promote the integrated development of mines, oil mining, and new energy. And third, we will make sure that our users can use more clean and low-carbon facilities. And fourth, we will strengthen the institutional guarantee for low-carbon technology transformation and innovation, and improve the policy system and mechanisms for energy transformation.
左边第3排。
谢谢，我是中国矿业报记者提问。党的20大报告提出加快规划建设新型能源体系。近年来，我国能源转型不断向纵深推进。那么，对新型能源体系奠定了哪些发展基础？下一步的发展目标和任务举措又有哪些？谢谢。
Energy transformation progressing. What are some future moves and objectives?
这个问题我来回答。党的20大报告指出啊。
Report to the 20th Party Congress pointed out that we need to promote in depth the energy revolution, accelerate planning and building of a new type of energy system, and ensure energy security. This is the latest instructions and guidelines of the CPC Central Committee on energy quality development in the new era and on the new journey. Over the past 10 years, under the strategic guidance for energy security, a series of breakthroughs have been achieved for energy development, and that lays a solid foundation for the planning and building of a new type of energy system. We are now at a historic starting point for green and low-carbon transition. Non-fossil fuel installed capacity grew by 2.8-fold in the past 10 years, accounting for 49.5% of all installed capacity. Consumption of non-fossil fuels rose by 7.8 percentage points, reaching 17.5%. energy security guarantees are up onto a new level. Coal, gas, and nuclear renewable energies have been propelling the energy supply system in its improvement. Their production rose by 33% over the past 10 years. Energy prices have been kept at a stable level, supporting over 6% of national economic growth on average. Innovative development has embarked on a new track. We have formed a leading edge around the world in terms of our clean energy sector. PV and wind solar key components account for 70% of the global market. PV generation, large-scale wind power, new energy storage, as well as other technologies are progressing, with new modalities and new business emerging as we speak. Fully implementing the decisions by the CPC Central Committee and the State Council, we will work to plan and build a new type of international relations. And in such a process, such transformation will boast three features. The energy structure will be very new, the industrial system will be very new, and the supply modality will be very new. First, we will promote a green transformation in the way of life and consumption of energy, so that the primary energy that we rely on turns from fossil fuels to non-fossil ones. Second, we will form a modernized energy sector system with a view to strengthening, cracking the bottlenecks for strategic and forward-leaning technologies, and promote the effective and high-efficiency use of clean and low-carbon energies. Third, we will build a resilient energy, industrial, and supply chain. We will work to step up energy production, supplies, storage, and cross-regional mobilization. And we will work to ensure that different modalities are complementary of each other.
谢谢主持人。海报新闻记者提问：去年初，国家发改委、国家能源局发布了关于加快建设全国统一电力市场体系的指导意见。请问一年来我们取得了哪些进展？下一步的工作重点是什么？谢谢。
unified nationwide power system. What are some progress and what are some focuses moving forward?
一年来，电力市场建设的稳步有序推进。
Over the past year, the power market has been progressing in a steady and orderly manner.
在资源优化配置中的作用
Marketized trading of energy has grown in its share. The market is playing a more prominent role in resources allocation. First, a multi-tiered power market system has grown to be improved. Provincial markets are deepening their exchanges and transactions. Cross-provincial trade is progressing. Interprovincial forward trading is up and running, and provincial spot trading is on a trial period. In 2022, marketized trading of power accounts for 60% of all utilized power across the society. Second, the mechanism for such trading is improved. Forward and subsidiary services markets realize full coverage. 6 pilot areas have come into ceaseless settlement pilot process. Over 600,000 market entities have registered at power trading institutions. Recyclable and renewable energies are participating in an orderly way in these markets. Market mechanism plays an important role for resources allocation optimization and the consumption of renewable energies. Moving forward, we will adapt to a new type of energy system and accelerate the building of a new type of power system to step up the nationwide power market system. First, we will build a multi-tiered nationwide market system, especially at the provincial and district level, and make such trade more marketized and synergize different markets. Second, we will ensure that different types of traded power can be better synergized. And third, we will help more new energy and new market entities participate in such mechanisms. With many years of development, China has become the largest producer and consumer of renewable energy. What are some major challenges that we face in this regard, and how we can respond to them? Thank you. Thank you for your question. In recent years, the energy sector has been following through the 4 revolutions and 1 cooperation principle of President Xi Jinping. The NEA has been committed to the targets of carbon peak and carbon neutrality and sought new breakthrough in renewable energy development. With renewable energy entering a new phase of large-scale and high-quality development, we are also faced with the following challenges. First, integration into grid. The planning and dispatch of traditional power grids can no longer meet the needs of the development of new energies at a large scale and in high proportions. So some regions are faced with rather large pressure when integrating new energies into existing grids. Second, factors guarantee. We will work to step up policy synergization with relevant authorities. Third, consumption and utilization. With a shift of cap and intensity control from consumption to emissions, we will need to guide the society and motivate them to make full use of renewable energies. We will fully implement the guiding principles of the 20th CPC Congress and make sure that we do well in the following 3 areas. First, we will build a new type of power system, ensure the consumption of new energies, and ensure that power systems are adaptable and flexible, and make sure that new energies are generated, supplied, and consumed in an effective way. Second, ensuring security in relevant areas. We will study the policy of composite new energy projects and make sure that key projects are delivered. Third, we will promote a green and low-carbon way of life and work. We will improve the green electricity certificate system, make sure that it reaches full coverage, and improve relevant policy. We will work to identify that the green certificate is authoritative, exclusive, universal, and it should be used as a mainstream. We will work to foster an enabling environment for the consumption of renewable energies and encourage energy users to voluntarily make use of renewable energy so as to promote a green and low-carbon transition of our development and high-quality development.
The CPC Central Committee and State Council unveiled an overall layout plan for digital China construction. It said that we will push for the integration of digital technology and real economy, and what are the objectives and tasks and measures for digital economy and energy integration development.
Thank you for your question. Energy underpins social and economic development. With digital technologies being innovated with a faster pace and more deeply integrated into all aspects of our development, the integration of the energy sector and digital technologies are an important engine to promoting improvements in the energy base and industrial chain modernization. It bears special significance for improving our competitiveness, high-quality development of the energy sector, and reaching the targets of carbon peak and neutrality. Over the moving forward and beyond the 14th five-year plan period, it would be an important window for us to develop such integration. Generally speaking, such integration is still in an inchoate phase and needs more guidance and coordination. To implement the overall layout plan for digital China construction and to expedite the innovative application of digital technologies in the energy sector, the NEA has recently released opinions on accelerating the digital smart development of energy. Our aim is to fully integrate digital technologies into all sectors of production, shipping, storage, sale, and usage, and to build a new and innovative and smart application system for energy in different links. We will make the energy system more standardized, digitalized, and smarter, hike the share of new energy in the energy mix, and improve productivity, so as to realize a transformation in the energy sector with greater quality, efficiency. The opinions takes demand-led, digitally empowered, coordinated, efficient, integrated, and innovative as basic principles to accelerate transformation of the sector and promoting application pilot programs. It has also put forth new measures on joint tech breakthroughs and developing the support system, centered on smart power plant, power grid, coal mine, oil and gas fields, and composite services, as well as other application scenarios. We have been working to industrialize innovative outcomes and foster new edges in the integration of digital technologies and the energy sector.
谢谢香港中评社提问。去年以来，国际能源供需形势严峻复杂，能源安全成为各方普遍关注的一个问题。请问如何看待我国当前和未来一个时期的能源安全形势？下一步将继续做好哪些工作，来持续保障我国的能源安全？
应该来说啊，当前世界啊，
The world we live in is confronted with destabilizing factors, uncertainties, and mounting factors beyond expectation, affecting the stability of the global energy, industrial, and supply chains. Since last year, given the tensions in global energy supply, we have improved the quality and quantity of energy supply and ensured the energy supply are kept stable in terms of quantity and prices. On a new journey of building a modern socialist country on all fronts, our energy consumption will continue to grow. And we have not yet formed a capacity for using safe and reliable alternative energy. And fossil energy will continue to serve as a backstop. And there are still some weak links in some part of the energy, technology, and equipment. Extreme weathers are showing growing influence on energy stability and supply, and bringing multiple pressure on energy security. The 20th Party Congress regards energy as a key area for national security system and capacity building, and made overall arrangements for deepening energy revolution and ensuring energy security. Going forward, we will do our work in the following four aspects. First, we will ground our work in our national reality. We will take multi-pronged measures to ensure energy supply, strengthen the development of advanced industrial capacity of coal, and strengthen the exploration and development of oil and gas resources, improve clean energy supply and strengthen the capacity building for energy storage. And second, we will make sure that our energy industrial chain is more independent and controllable, and strengthen our weak links in industrial chains and strengthen making breakthroughs in key technologies. Third, we will promote the low-carbon transition of energy and build a new type of energy system. We will move faster to adjust our energy mix and see to it that our energy consumption is more and more supported by non-fossil energy. And fourth, we will improve the early warning of risks in energy security, and we will continue to formulate and implement relevant contingency plans for energy and ensure the stable supply of energy in China. The last two questions.
谢谢主持人。经济日报记者提问：““十四五”规划实施进入了第3个年头。
And we have now in the third year of implementing the 14th five-year plan. What are the progress in this regard? Thank you for your question. Since the 14th five-year plan, guided by the new strategy of 4 revolutions and 1 cooperation, and we made progress in major indicators and objectives. The key task has made major breakthroughs, and major projects are under operation in orderly manner. And there are 5 aspects. And first, the growth of energy demand beyond expectation is guaranteed. In the first 2 years of the 14th five-year plan, the energy consumption grew beyond expectation, and annual growth is 1.5 times of the 13th five-year plan. And in 2022, the consumption was 4.9 billion tons of standard coal, representing a 14.2% increase. Compared with European energy crisis, we have generally stabilized our energy supply and price. Second, we have seen a strong momentum for investment in key projects, and we vigorously promoted major projects under the 14th five-year plan, and over 50% of the projects have been started. And the growth rate in 2022 was higher than 12.2 percentage points than the nationwide infrastructure investment, and this has played an important guiding role. And third, we made notable progress in energy development and expanding green development and decreasing carbon emission. And this 14th five-year plan, the new energy development further accelerated. The proportion of non-fossil energy is close to 40% of the overall energy consumption, and we have decreased 600 million tons of carbon emission. And fourth, we improved our services for people's livelihood, and the warming rate for clean energy increased 70% in China's northern area. And the quality of the product oil in China has reached international standards. And fifth, the innovation development driving forces is further strengthened. And we have put into operation a large number of key projects, such as the Hualong No. 1 project and the Baihetan hydropower station. And we made new progress in new energy and technology. And in 2022, and we have seen over 60% of the market electricity, representing 20 percentage points than 2020. This year is the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Initiative, and the high-quality cooperation projects in energy has provided new opportunities for common prosperity of countries. Going forward, the Belt and Road Initiative will face new domestic and international environment. What will the NEA do to ensure the accessible energy and mutual sharing of energy?
Energy cooperation is a key area of jointly building the Belt and Road. 10 years into the proposal of the Belt and Road Initiative, and under the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee and the State Council, international cooperation on energy has yielded fruitful outcomes. A host of energy cooperation projects that are clean, efficient, and high quality are up and running. Bilateral and multilateral mechanisms for energy cooperation kept on improving, and there are more frequent policy and technical exchanges on energy. Energy cooperation under the Belt and Road Initiative have contributed greatly to ensuring energy security and stability across the world. With global, epochal, and historic changes unfolding in unprecedented ways, Belt and Road energy cooperation is also faced with many difficulties and challenges. Earnestly implementing the guidelines of the 20th CPC Congress and fully implementing the instructions of President Xi Jinping on jointly building the Belt and Road cooperation and promoting energy cooperation, we have kept on breaking new ground in terms of international cooperation on energy in a high-standard, sustainable way that delivers benefits for the people and provides opportunities for the world with China's latest development. First, we support high-quality Belt and Road green energy cooperation. We support the need of developing countries for green and low-carbon development and have taken an active part in the global energy transformation. Taking into account such needs, we have encouraged Chinese businesses to go global and engage in green energy cooperation. We have taken customized approaches to trilateral or multi-party market-based cooperation with different measures including trade, project contracts, investment, and technical cooperation. A host of best practice projects on green energy cooperation with high cost effectiveness and great demonstrative effects have been built to achieve the goal of sustainable security for all. And second, we have taken an active part in global energy governance cooperation. With extensive consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits as the principles, we have developed BRI energy cooperation partnerships and promoted flagship events such as the BRI Energy Ministers Meeting and the BRI Energy Cooperation Partners Forum to promote exchange on energy policies and harmonization of projects, as well as mutually beneficial cooperation. We have focused on regional cooperation and made good use of the China Arab states, China AU, China CEEC, China APEC, as well as other platforms for energy cooperation, and promoted the building of a China-ASEAN Clean Energy Cooperation Center and stepped up exchanges and capacity building in the clean energy area for common development and common prosperity. This concludes today's press conference. I would appreciate the speakers and also all friends present.
You were listening to Chinese officials briefing the media on the country's energy development so far. Now, officials said their utmost priority is to ensure energy security for Chinese residents. In this aspect, energy consumption patterns will be transformed to provide a better living standard for residents. Now, innovation and digital technologies will be encouraged to improve the vitality of the energy system. Reform and regulation will be strengthened to further develop the energy sector. Now, that's all the time we have on this show, but do stay with us. We'll bring you highlights of the press conference throughout the day.